Hello, welcome back to Cooking Night. I believe this is 5. We've had 2 nights of cooking, Pizza Night 1, Pizza Night 2. Similar to Pizza Night 1, Glennon's looking for a little redemption because White Trash Fish, well, he's not so happy with the results. And well, this kind of goof around. I'll let you talk about it instead of talking for you.
Well, I just, this is, for those new to Tim's channel, we have done a series of family cooking, and this family is very competitive, myself included in that, and so far, my first video, White Trash Fish, hasn't been doing very well. It has roughly 20 views. I don't know where all of my friends are. I don't understand, but here's the thing. I know I'm a good-looking son of a gun. I know that I can cook, and so we're going to mix it up today. We're going to take it to a new level. We're going to make some teriyaki chicken Greek gyros. So we're going to bring in some Asian with some Greek. So what we're going to do is we're going to make our own homemade pitas, which we've done before. We haven't done on camera, but they were a hit. Everyone loved them. So we're going to do that, and then we're going to do everything in sequence so you can do this at home, if you so choose.
It almost sounds like there's a little stir fry involved. I mean, maybe it's wrong of me to say, but when I hear Asian, the first thing I think of is like stir fry.
It's definitely not stir fried, but what we're going to do, we'll get to that in a little bit. First, we're going to make our pitas. Then next, we're going to make 2 sauces. We're going to do a sun-dried tomato aioli and a Greek sauce that we'll show you how to do, so you can use on your gyros. Gyros.
We went from pitas to gyros, but they're all Italian.
We're going from 0 to euro.
0 to euro.
Yep,
okay.
That's what we're doing. So
I think our yeast is
ready.
Well.
So what we got some salt. We're going to need two teaspoons, not tablespoons, 2 teaspoons salt.
Teaspoons.
2 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil. You're going to need 2 cups of warm water, a package of yeast, and a tablespoon of sugar. You're going to add, which we've already done, you're going to add the warm water, the yeast, and the sugar, stir it up. Once the foam is doubled, which you can see ours is already there, it's ready to go, you're going to pour into your flour, of which we're using 4 cups. This is going to make roughly 14 to 15 pitas, which we need for our bunch. You can cut this in half, you'll obviously get 7 to 8. So that's where we're at. Oh, and 2 tablespoons of salt already added in here. So what we're going to do is we're going to add in our, as always, as I said before in the White Trash Fish, put some air into your flour. Stir it up. If you have a whisk or a sifter, which a lot of bakers do, I do not, I'm not a baker, you can use that. It makes it a lot faster. But just put some air into that flour. Stir it up, get it good, before you add the wet ingredients, which we're going to do now. Dump it all in. Go ahead and get all that goodness out of there. You can use the whisk at first. It's going to quickly turn into a lump.
Wow, that really did take in all that liquid pretty fast, didn't it?
It did, and it's going to be kind of a mess. I'm not going to lie. It's going to take a little bit of counter space, and your hands are going to get dirty. So once you get it incorporated, make sure your hands are clean, which mine are, and you're just going to start. This is a really, sticky dough. You wouldn't mind opening that, Tim? So 2 tablespoons extra virgin olive oil. That's roughly 2 tablespoons. Get it all incorporated real good. We're going to mix this up until you get a pretty decent ball, like so. Maybe a little bit more. Get it to where it's all consistent looking. I'm going to just do a good mix on it till you get all the flour mixed in and it's one solid color. And then once that's done, I'm going to cover it in plastic wrap and set it aside for it to rise for a few minutes.
We've just pulled the plastic off of the yeast, and what do you think?
Well, I'd say it definitely doubled.
Okay. Yeah, it's definitely bigger than what we put in there to start with.
Definitely is. So what we're going to do now is spread out some flour. We're going to hand mix it a little bit more by hand, then we're going to roll it out. Then we're going to make some gyros.
Okay.
So we'll do it step by step for you. Going to use our plastic spatula and get this out on the table. And then we're just going to knead it. And you'll notice that I'm sitting. It's because this is going to take a few minutes. And if you have a chair, counter height chair, do it. Do whatever you want. So you want to give it a try here, Timbo?
I do.
So you're just going to knead. You're just going to roll it over and push with your palm. That's what Granny always. Get yourself some flour off the table, in between them fingers, and get after it. Don't be afraid of it.
I'm not afraid of this flour at all. I'm not scared.
By the time we're done with this cooking thing, family cooking, I think you're going to be a master. Debbie's going to be. Okay, we've got a problem already.
Okay, what's the problem?
All right, Tim. You're going to roll with your hand and knead. So you roll it on top of each other and push down with your palm of your hand. So it's going to go up and over, up and over, up and over. Got?
We'll try. Now you'll have to remember that I'm not the, see, I don't even know the definition of knead. All I know has something to do with dough, and I'm probably not doing it right.
That's better. Here, we're going to go up and over.
Up and over.
And we're getting pretty good. Actually, I kind of like it where it is. I think we're good here. So now we're going to roll this into a log, like so. And we're going to cut it into sections. Six sections or so.
And you're just repeating the kneading process, or what are you doing?
Right now what we're going to do is get a little more flour over here, and you'll see that's about the size of a baseball, maybe. And that's about the perfect size. So I usually start my fingers in a round pattern, get it going like this. And then I break out the trusty rolling pin.
Get you some room here.
Thank you. And if you recall, we put air into that flour earlier. You remember that?
I do.
And we put olive oil into that batter a little earlier. You remember that?
I do.
The result of that is going to be a nice, fluffy pita. Now I just turn it. I know there's probably some other guys on YouTube that are going to be perfectly round pitas. I can't promise you that, but I can give you some delicious ones. So that's about what we want. So our next step is to make the pita. So we got a nice warm pan, a little bit of olive oil, chunk it in. This is a lot like, again, like making tortillas. You're going to see sometimes little bubbles coming up. That's when you know it's time to flip it. And maybe some of you are a little better at making round pitas than I am, but at least you know how to mix the ingredients now. If you'll look, you'll see the bubbles starting to pop up. That's a good indication that we're getting close to flipping our pita. You can also tilt it forward a little bit. As I said, it's a lot like making tortillas for those of you who already know how to do that. And the longer we cook, of course, the hotter our pan's going to be, and our later pitas are definitely going to be cooking much faster than this one. So as you can see, they're cooking up nice and fluffy and thick, which is what we want. We don't want them flat and without, you know, a little fluff to them. So As I said before, they start to cook faster as you go, so stay on top of them. The bubbles, of course, make the cool little coloration when you flip